This is the Eke Forest, the first place of abode of the legendary Igbere Okomoko. It was here that the story of Igbere began. It may appear like an ordinary cluster of green vegetation, but this is actually a historical spot that connects the sons and daughters of Igbere to their roots. To them, the forest is sacrosanct.
Every Igbere man will claim his descendancy from Igbere Okomoko. So every village will go to their own ancestral home and deposit the palm fronds, which we call Eta Ota.
A renowned warrior and farmer, Igbere Okomoko came to Eke Forest, saw an uncharted territory and conquered the area that now serves as home to the 13 villages of Igbere, one of the few communities in Igbo land that slave raiders could not invade.
As a matter of fact, the name Igbere means Igbere.
Okay.
Igbere, you cannot say any man from Igbere as a slave. That's why we call Igbere. The real interpretation of it is Igbo ere.
Igbere is like Israel. I mean, we're like the Jews of Abia State. It's a community, you can't put us down. It's a community that is so blessed, and it's been so for a very long time.
Everybody that comes in contact with us always wish that they were Igbere people. They were born in Igbere because of the way we relate with each other.
There are great Igberians who have, who have made it in life, and they have given back to the society. People like in my father's generation, people like Mazi Kono, the late Ikweche, and then you come down to my generation. I remember giants like distinguished Senator, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Carlo, Elder Ekoma, Chris Uche, Chief Chris Uche, SAN.
Igbere ranks among the most progressive communities in Igbo land, southeast Nigeria, and is easily the fastest developing clan in Abia State. The forebears of the community laid the foundation on which the present Igbere is built. Amadi Ojiuche from Elusebwa Mankalo was among the first crop of Igbere youths that acquired Western education and blazed the trail for subsequent generations.
Mr. Amado Ojiuche, who was ahead of me and was my master, as it were, he fagged me in Hopewell. He fagged me, F-H, fag. That is, I was under him. Yes, I was a kind of his servant.
An educationist par excellence and district officer in the colonial era, he created a family of lawyers that has impacted Nigeria and brought glory to Igbere. Amadi's generation of patriots laid the foundation for the present Igbere.
That's the man that God used to bring me into this world, and there is a man without whom, I cannot be what I am today. He was one of the earliest pioneers of education in our community, and he was the one who set the path for us to grow. He is the one, in fact, he was in administration, one of the early ones himself, and Chief Oyuanya in those days. And then he charted the path of the law for us because of the interest and passion he had for the legal profession. He put my mother into the profession, and my mother rose to become a High Court judge, and indeed the first female High Court judge in the old Imo State.
The name Nwoke Kaise brings to mind memories of patriotism and service to community. The noble idea of establishing a secondary school 5 years after the Civil War couldn't have been easy without the push of Nwoke Kaise from its office in the East Central State School Board. In fact, the pioneer students of Igbere Secondary School remember him as that gentleman who, like a parent, patiently gave ear to their complaints and prompt attention to the challenges of the new institution.
Okay, he made very good contributions to the development of Igbere. He worked very, very hard to realize the dreams of his people of having their own secondary school. He started the move. That was in the 70s. The school started functioning in 1975.
Mr. Ese was quite instrumental to the setting up and establishment of the Igbere Secondary School, in Igbere. So that school cannot, the history cannot be written without mentioning the name of Mr. Ese. I want to build a computerized library in memory of my father in the premises. So we are still going to make sure we do that and commission it before the next anniversary.
It was also his patriotic effort that led to the first attempt at introducing agric mechanization in Igbere through the construction of a dam that revolutionized rice growing and established Igbere as a rice-producing community.
If you go to Igbere now, there are still farmers engaged in rice production. So that rice production brought into Igbere by Wokika Ojiabiaye Sekibe placed Igbere on the agricultural map of Nigeria. It advertised Igbere as one of the rice-producing communities in Igbere, and it provided job for many young men, and it at least for the time being halted the influx of movement of youths from the rural area to the urban area, and it provided wealth, a source of income for those male and female who were engaged in rice production.
Among his peers and contemporaries, Mascot Ikweche stood out as a shining star. He was an urbane gentleman who, with modest education and dint of hard work, achieved tremendous success in business. Mascot redefined philanthropy.
A lot of people saw him as a big businessman. A lot of people viewed him as a huge philanthropist. But I just saw him as some big man. But I just saw him, and I believe I speak for my brothers and sisters as well. We just saw him as our father who went to work in the morning, always got back by 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. I mean, we knew, even though we were kids, we knew he was a successful person. We saw the kind of people that used to hang around him. We could tell that he had this huge impact on the people that were around him and the communities that he lived in. As a child, I remember when we moved into, I was born in the house. When he moved into his first house in Igbere, I think his second house in 1978. I remember, in the 80s, early 80s, or even before I was born, he just put street lights in our, this is just a tiny example, put street lights from our compound, from our house to the junction of that road. This was something that people wouldn't do. This was like in the 70s. This was something that he did when, I would say, the world was still in darkness. People do it now, but that's just to get you to understand the kind of mentality, the kind of, thought pattern, the thought process, his thought process, and the way he did his things back then.
He demonstrated his love for Igbere through commitment to human capital development and construction of landmark projects that have continued to impact the life of the people long after he bowed out from planet Earth.
I'm driven by the life he lived, and I try to whatever I try to do, I try to at least ensure that it runs in tandem with how he would naturally want, if he were alive, want us to be viewed.
The iconic Anyogwe Lekwachi Okono stands out as a colossus. With a degree from the University of California in Los Angeles, USA, Mazi achieved global acclaim in the 50s when he appeared in motion pictures on Hollywood and returned to join the rank of pioneers of broadcasting in Nigeria. Naturally gifted with an infectious humor, Mazi elevated comedy to an enviable height and contributed to laying the foundation for what has become a huge money-spinning industry.
My brother told me that I should study medicine. I have done 3 months medical studies within the school. And I said to myself, the amount involved and all that, I could not afford it. What do? I said to myself, when I was in the secondary school at Igbere, I enjoyed drama, and I was very comical and all that. People used to laugh when I talk and all that. So it was on that I said to myself, since I'm in Hollywood, where you show business, it's flourishing, why don't I change my course from medicine to theater arts? And that decision went well. From there, I said to myself, okay, instead of continuing with Los Angeles City College, I transfer to UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, So from there, I did my theater arts. As I was doing my theater arts, Hollywood discovered me.
Mazi Okono pioneered the establishment of the Nigerian Television Authority, ABA. But while Nigerians remember his Okono's Club show for his entertainment value, Igbere people celebrate him for providing quality leadership to the Igbere Welfare Union and opening up the space to many talented young ones from the community, some of whom went ahead to build flourishing careers in broadcasting.
Chief Mazi A. Okono is a great man, and he's a man that has done so much for our community. When the man was in the NTA, he tried so much to encourage people from our community, and I know Chinedu Bike and others, Ike Coman, so who went through NTA, courtesy of Chief himself. And the man was in love with the community. He became the President General of the Igbere Welfare Union, and it was at his time that the leadership and everything Igbere Welfare Union did was at its peak. In fact, his era as the President General of Igbere Welfare Union is still regarded as the golden era.
A non-Nigerian and member of the retired Ochomebiri age grade, Mazi still bubbles with youthful energy and stands ready to face the champions in a game of tennis. It's interesting to note that despite his height in society, he has remained humble and connected to the people. No wonder they call him Madoha, man of the people.
Oh my God, he's a lovely man. He's a man I appreciate. He's a man, I've never seen somebody like him.
I love him. I love Maz so much. So many people here love Maz.
To the average Igbere man, trading comes naturally. But a sizable chunk of his population can also be found in farming, while many others hold sway as captains of industry and key players in government. They are bound in cities across Nigeria. Though relatively small in size in comparison to sister communities, Igbere is the homeland of accomplished personalities and high net worth individuals. It is the home of giants. But the giant of giants is Ojiozo Kalo from Umusi.
Ifaku. That is what he is. You will push him, he will stand like an Europe. He will not shake. Urge more than any politician, not only in Igbere, the whole Abia has made the greatest contribution to the development of Igbere. Now people come to Igbere for burial ceremony, for marriages. When they come here, they will ask you say Igbere is a village? They tell you Igbere is not a village. Igbere is a town. What is it that we don't have in Igbere here? Through the effort of Ojo Zokalo.
Oji is the undisputed architect of modern Igbere, whose Midas touch is felt in road construction within the community, remodeling of Igbere Secondary School, provision of water, electricity, and in virtually every facet of development in Igbere.
OUK, as we fondly call him, is a man who has the community at heart. He's done so much in terms of infrastructural development of that community. The footprints are there. And then in terms of development of human resources, as a governor, he encouraged so many people from the community and made sure they were gainfully employed. And he's always there. He's always there in the community to encourage, people, and he supports all the community development projects.
Through the Ojo Zokalo Foundation and his unparalleled philanthropy, OUK has touched lives and families, funded education for the indigent, created opportunities for people, and established the Igbere Cultural Festival.
He has done so many things to develop Igbere community as a whole. In fact, that's why they gave him the name Aha-Eji Agamba, one of Igbere, and Omenawata, one of Igbere. He started from his youth to develop this community.
99% of the young folks who are who's who today in Igbere were made by Dr. Ojo Zokalo. He touched them, he put them in places of power. And then full reel out what Ojo has done. A lot of magistrates, a lot of lawyers that went to school, they couldn't have gone to school without Ojo Zokalo. People in the high places that Ojo Zokalo helped to establish in their businesses. So Igbere is so much proud of him. He is one in a million.
Rated among the richest in Nigeria by Forbes, Oji is an immensely successful businessman. He is without doubt the greatest political figure in Abia State and certainly one of the most prominent politicians in Nigeria. OUK is an eminent Africanist with investments and tentacles in the economies of many nations in the continent.
For me, everything we are doing is economic diplomacy. The diplomacy must be economic.
A two-term governor of Abia State and senator of the Federal Republic, Oji, an Igbere man in all ramifications, is the chief whip of the Nigerian Senate. The age grade system is a potent force for the development of the community. History will forever be kind to sages like the eminent Elder Ejieku Kebu, a seasoned politician, lawyer, and leader, for his prominent role in the introduction of the age grade system in Igbere, which today serves as a vehicle for socialization and community development. Age grades work for the community, But individuals who are fired by the zeal to provide for Igbere also strike out on their own to contribute to the advancement of the community. Ekoma Eme Ekoma is outstanding in this regard.
He has done much to improve the life of the people of this community, and in fact the life of the people of this clan, Igbere.
Indeed, the life of this gentleman from Ami reads like a book on diligence and godliness. Despite his success in the business world, Ekoma remains very humble and committed to things of the Spirit, and would rather talk about his determination to propagate the Word of God through his believers' fellowship than gloat over the immense achievements he has recorded as an entrepreneur.
Ekoma is such a great human being, and yet a very humble person. And this is a man that has the community at heart. When you go around, this is one man that has used his own personal resources to tar roads, build bridges, deal with erosions and all that. And so many times we have things that concern the community is always there.
Ekoma is a ruling elder of the Presbyterian Church, but it was actually an altar encounter with Reverend James Ukebu in 1992 that changed the course of his life. Married to Ngozi, with whom he has built a God-fearing family and business organization that provides livelihood to many Nigerians, Ekoma's impact in Igbere goes beyond the provision of social amenities for his immediate Ami community to road construction, human capital development, and numerous interventions around Igbere.
I can describe Elder Ekoma as a saint to Igbere, even to Abia State in general, because the man is so great. He has helped us in many ways, help many people, impart many things into many lives.
Elder Ekoma, immediately Elder Ekoma comes back, he used to give gift all the communities in Igbere. He will give bags of rice, royal oil, and so many other goodies to people. And he built boreholes to the whole Igbere. All the 13 autonomies of Igbere, he built boreholes free of charge.
Igbere is indeed a unique community where individuals and organizations consider it honorable and a thing of pride to serve their land of birth using the resources that God has endowed them with. Chris Uche from Amankalo is a seasoned lawyer. From a fledgling young and vibrant attorney with eyes on the ball, he is today a celebrated senior advocate of Nigeria, whose love for service to beloved community and the legal profession has earned him a place of honor in Igbere and respect among colleagues. With Princess, a world-class hotel, he has transformed the landscape of Igbere and turned the community into a hospitality hub.
I knew from the outset that such an investment would have given me a lot of profit if I had sited it here in Abuja or even in Enugu or Owerri or even in Mwahia. But I said to myself, I don't have a political platform to begin to build roads, to begin to do other things that perhaps if I had an office. But if I have, God has blessed me with resources. What is it that I can put down there that can touch the greater number of people, that can provide facilities for people, that can also provide employment?
In addition, the Chris Uche Foundation, which he has set up for philanthropic activities, has touched the lives of many people and is set to do more for Igbere.
From the hotel now, I've been also working on bringing a bank. Yes, I'm talking with 2 banks and the discussions have progressed tremendously. We have just been looking for, and the leadership of the Igbere Welfare Union with me on this. And I have a a platform I call the Chris Uche Law Foundation. We give out scholarships to deserving students, encourage students who are interested in the arts and in law, you know, to further their education. So we do all such things.
Igbere is indeed blessed with several distinguished men and women with a vowed commitment to its development. Solomon Akoma, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is a respected son of Igbere whose exploits in the legal profession and track record in philanthropy are both cheery and commendable. From his native Amakbo to Igbere Rohu, his presence is unmistakable and his contribution to the growth of the church unquantifiable. This church building stands as an eloquent testimony to his dedication to God and service to humanity.
Chief Solo Akoma loves his community so much, Igbere community to be precise. He loves it so much. He donates to all development efforts that is going on in Igbere, and he wants just to see the best for the community, and that is why he devotes his time and effort in serving the community, as well as in sacrificing his personal resources towards helping the community.
In the exclusive class of the Giants of Igbere stands an Amazon, Nelly Onwuchekwa, an organizational and sector diagnostics control expert who left an indelible mark in her service to ExxonMobil, Nigeria. This serial award winner, with immense professional reach, is not only committed to excellence in her field of expertise, but is truly proud of her Igbere roots. An outstanding and committed daughter of Abo, Nelly has impacted the life of many people and recently sponsored the construction of this Ubu.
Like this building here, which we call us, it was built by community effort until recently. She demolished it and built another one, an upstairs, a more befitting type.
What the ambassadors of Igbere land, Igbere people are found in bubbling centers of trade and industry, contributing their bit to the growth of Nigeria's economy and excelling in their callings in different countries of the world. Indeed, diasporan Iberians are in the forefront of setting agenda for the development of Igbere.
For the successes that the association has recorded in so short a time, we are less than 3 years of existence. To have recorded such achievement in our hometown, it can only be described as divine. I think what God did was to bring a group of men and women with like minds together, you know, for the development of our hometown.
IDEA primarily is an organization that is focused exclusively to the service of our people. We are not interested in accolades. We are not interested in trying to look as if we are doing a whole lot. We just want our deeds to represent our organization. So we are exclusively for the betterment of anything that belongs to Igbere or anything that pertains or relates to Igbere.
Within 6 months of its existence, IDEA was able to rebuild one of the main buildings of Igbere Secondary School from its dilapidated state. And currently, IDEA is also constructing school desk for the school. In addition, IDEA is planning to engage in many other development efforts in rebuilding the Igbere Secondary School. So basically, IDEA is not interested in politics, and they just want to help the people.
The growth of the Igbere Development Association has indeed been phenomenal. It is a child of circumstance founded in 2017, but with remarkable achievements to show for its few years of existence. To the credit of IDA, Igbere Secondary School now wears a facelift and the Igbere Water Scheme rehabilitated. The maiden edition of the IDA convention took place in July 2019, but the sights and sounds of the gathering have continued to reverberate.
That's right. Hi, we're processing. We're processing himself. That's right.
It was hugely successful and colorful. Now, with a vibrant kiddies wing and a robust women's chapter led by Esther Lekwa, IDA appears set for its next level of excellence.
I'm currently an active member of Igbere Development Association and also hold the position of the women's leader with the assistance of Dr. Nonye Echieke. My goal as a women leader is to uplift women and bring the children of Igbere together for the betterment of Igbere.
IDA is guided by its maxim, Idino Tubuike. While mobilizing Igbere people in the diaspora for the advancement of the community, the association appeals to the giants of Igbere for support and closer collaboration for greater honor, unity and progress of Igbere.
I want to appeal to other well-meaning Igberians. You can either go it alone as an individual and join IDA in other projects in Igbere Secondary School, or if you do donate your money to IDA, it will be money well spent.